So yesterday at a Q&A session in the White House where he was giving remarks to reporters and then answering some questions, Donald Trump sparked new fears of dementia or cognitive decline. Now, we've talked several times about the things he has said that made people go, wait a minute, is he okay? Is there an issue here? Well, one of the reporters asked him about Kash Patel and these burn bags of documents. I did a previous video talking about that and what that's all about. But they asked Donald Trump about it. Now, Donald Trump had no idea what was being talked about. And I think Donald Trump hadn't heard yet that Patel had found these documents. But the reporter had to repeat himself 3 times before Donald Trump kind of understood the question and then said, well, I thought you were talking about Patel promoting somebody named Burnbag and was confused. Donald Trump thought the question was about a guy named Burnbag being promoted. He had no idea what was going on, and then had to be asked yet a 4th time, or mentioned a 4th time, what they were talking about. And then he goes on a ramble talking about how they want all the documents released and everything needs to be released, and Pam Bondi wants the stuff released. It didn't really mesh with the question. It sounded like he was trying to cover because he didn't know what was being asked. Now, there is a chance Donald Trump just did not know what was actually being asked of him because he was not informed yet of these bags even having been found. That's possible. Or it's Donald Trump not hearing the question and just making something up. But the fact that his defense for not hearing the question right was that, well, I thought you were talking about somebody named Burnbag, is ridiculous. If Joe Biden had answered a question like that, right-wing media would have labeled him incompetent, dementia-ridden, the Sleepy Joe thing. He doesn't know where he is. Grandpa needs to go back to bed. All of those kind of things. But because it's Donald Trump, the right-wing supporters would find a way to excuse it for him and move on. This is just one in a long line of things where Donald Trump has had similar problems, not hearing reporters, not understanding questions, and not answering questions, even when they're simple yes or no, sometimes. Now, Donald Trump will tell you he's in perfect health, but we know that's questionable at best. So we'll see how he handles this whole situation later once he's fully understanding about what's going on. And I'm hoping that this is just a simple case of he didn't know about the bags, but it's still worrying about how he's processing all of this information at once. He is overwhelmed, and it's clearly evident.